Hello, my friend. I am feeling just particularly happy right now. I haven't recorded in a few days and I just got this sudden desire to record, and I was thinking about it while I was setting up, and I had the thought of talking about consistency and what that looks like to people, because quite often we hear the language of a 30-day challenge, or it takes, how many days do they say it takes to make a habit? Like, it makes it seem like it has to be so linear. Like, you have to do it all in one go, and then all of a sudden your life is going to change and it's going to be integrated in your life from every day from here on out. And at least for me, that just hasn't been the case. It takes me cycles, and consistency to me looks like coming back time and time again, even when life shifts, and that thing that you worked so hard for to integrate into your life, it just paused. And then you find your way back to it. You see what it's like to do that thing at a different point in your life, because it's probably going to look a little bit different than the last time you were there. And what I've had to work on is, when you come back, not being ashamed and not trying to do things in the way that you think that they should be, or in the way that you initially set it up to be. I always take yoga. I have a mat right here. I always take yoga as one of my best examples, because I've been practicing since, I would say, when it became something that I started doing like on a consistent basis, it became like really on the radar as something that I wanted to integrate into my life. Twenty nineteen. I had been going to Good Life, and I started taking their hot yoga classes. And I had done yoga in the past, but really not a lot. I had gone to a few classes, but it wasn't something that I did. And so about 2019 is when it became a part of my life. I also found Yoga with Adrienne online, and I did like 1 billion of her videos, and I was just hooked. But then there's been these huge periods in my life where I've stopped coming to the yoga mat, but it's always there, and I always find my way back. And every time I do, it's different. Every time I do, I'm in a different place in my life, and my needs have changed. It's like that with journaling. I'll be very consistent for a period of time, and then I pause and I kind of come back to it, but it doesn't quite look the same. I don't have the same drive to write or do it in the way that I was. Like, something has shifted. And so consistency may not be something that comes in a linear fashion. I'm starting to think of it in a cyclical fashion. But it's almost like, you're going kind of like up and up, but there's also the down and down. So like, the further you go, the longer the spiral becomes. Like, I think of it like a strand of DNA, and you start with like, like imagining that there's like a center point, and it just keeps getting like, there's more spirals on each side. So like, as you grow, you've like simultaneously created this past, but then you've also stepped into the future, so that you can, wherever you are in the middle point, you can start to see all of the spirals, all of the history, all of the everything, both sides of it. I really want to stop using the language of a path, because it's just like, it feels a little bit misleading. Like it's just like this linear thing and then you take straight paths. But what I love so much about the spiral is that you're always just in the middle and you're just creating a future and also just adding into your past. And I hope everyone is having a really beautiful day today. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and how you feel like you approach consistency. And what do you think of the spiral analogy? Is that something that makes a little bit more sense to you? Does it sit a little bit more true in your heart? If you're feeling brave, please let me know. I'll see you again soon.